Hello, boys and girls. We are ready for our second video today, Tuesday, December 8th. We have our story called Three Little Kittens. Now, we learned this poem, right, Mrs. Dale?
Yes, we did.
We learned this poem, Three Little Kittens Who Lost Their Mittens, They Began to Cry. Do you remember that? Well, this book is that poem, except there's another verse or another whole part of the story. So it will be interesting to find out what happens after they lose their mittens. Something happens after that, okay? All right, so let's read our K book, Three Little Kittens. Now, when you're listening, I want you to think of two things. One, what's the problem? And two, how does it get solved? Okay? So that's what you should be thinking about when you're listening to the story. What's the problem and how does it get solved? All right. Three little kittens. Oh, look, they all have mittens on. Purple, green mittens, and gray mittens. They lost their mittens. Now, something cool about this page is I don't know if you can see the illustrations very well, but remember the colors of their mittens? I think they were what, purple, green, and gray? Look in the picture. If you look really carefully, you can find the mittens. Give you a second to kind of look at that illustration.
Oh, I see them.
Do you see them, Mrs.
I do.
Steele?
Very cool.
They lost their mittens while they were playing. They're kind of hidden in the drawing. The illustrator was really clever. Who's our illustrator? Oh, it's a Scholastic book, so they don't have an illustrator because they have illustrators that just do all their books. But I thought it was kind of clever that that illustrator snuck in the mittens there. But you have to have a watchful eye to catch it. All right, so three little kittens, they lost their mittens, and they began to cry. See, they're crying. Do you remember the next line? If you remember the poem, you probably remember the next line. Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear our mittens we have lost. Now that's a little bit different than we learned. Oh, they're so sad. What does Mama Catnip have in her hands? She has a pie. Look at the little mice down there. They're going, yum. What? Lost your mittens? You naughty kittens. Then you shall have no pie. See, there's another verse to that poem. So the three little kittens, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? They've got a magnifying glass. They're crawling around. Do you think they're trying to find their mittens? They found their mittens and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, see here. Our mittens we have found. They found their mittens. What? Found your mittens? Then you're good kittens. Do you think they'll get pie? Now where, oh where is the pie? Can you find the pie in the picture? Look at that, the mom lost the pie. She was mad at the kittens for losing their mittens and she lost the pie. See, everybody makes mistakes, even mamas. Oh, look at that, they found the pie. Everybody's having a nice piece of pie. They're even sharing with the mice. It seems like, right? All right, so that was a good book. Let's go over to my desk and we're gonna do a little activity to go with our little book. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to find this sheet. Okay? Find that sheet. you're gonna get out crayons. You're gonna get out some scissors. And you don't have to write your name on this because we're gonna do something where you're gonna cut them out if you want to. But I'm gonna show you a couple of ways that you can do this project. One, it says you have to find the matching mitten pairs and color them in. So you have to color them the same. So let's pick one. Mrs. Dale, which mitten do you like?
Oh, I really like this one with the hearts.
Okay, so Mrs. Dale likes this one. So we have to find the other one that goes with it. Do you see the other one that goes with that? If you said this one, you're right. So now what you have to do is color them, but you have to color them the same. So I'm gonna color this. I'm gonna color the top red. And do it on both mittens, the same coloring, because we want the mittens to match. Okay. And then I'm gonna get a different color. I think I'm gonna get green. I'm gonna make it look like a Christmas mitten. And then I'm gonna color this bottom part green. But I gotta do it to the other one too to make it match. All right, so now I made them look the same. So these are matching mittens, right? All right, I'm gonna pick another one. I'm gonna try to find the match of, let's see, the flowers. So now I have to find the other mitten that has the flowers. Let me see. Look around. Where do I find the other mitten that has the flowers? Oh, there it is. So these two match. Now I'm going to make these the same. I'm going to color the flowers orange. All right, and then I'm going to color this part blue, the little band by your wrist. That'll be blue. And then I think I'm gonna take yellow and I'm gonna color around the orange flowers and color in some yellow. So I'm making these mittens match. Now, this is gonna take a while for you to do this. So you're definitely gonna have to pause the video. But before you pause the video, I wanna show you a couple of other things you can do with this cool mitten matching game. Now this is not with coloring. So if you don't want to color, I'm going to give you some other options. Here we go. The other options are we cut the mittens. And there's no lines, but you just basically are going to cut squares around your mittens, so like this. First you cut a square like that. Cut your mittens out like that, okay? And if you need more time, I'm going to give you a second. Also, you can pause the video. Okay, so the next part is you basically just cut. Just between the mittens. I'm going to cut it in rows. First, one row. Just carefully go between the mittens. Like that. 2 rows. 3 rows. So I have 4 rows of mittens. And then all you do is you just cut them apart. Pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mittens. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13, 14, 15 mittens, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 mittens. Okay, so if you don't want to color and match it, you could do this way. So what you could do is just spread them out and just make matches. So let's find our matches. There's a match. I'm just going to turn them all so I can see them like this. See that? Oh, there's a match. Let me see. What can I see here? Oh, where's the star mittens? There you go. Oh, and there's these stripe mittens. And then there's heart mittens, some different stripe mittens. Now I have little polka dot mittens. Now I have diamond mittens. Now I have other kinds of polka dots. Look at that. I matched my mittens. That's another way you can do it. And then I have one final way you could do it. Turn them upside down so you can't see the mittens. Do you guys ever play the memory game with cards? You just turn them upside down. All right, so now you're gonna mix them up. Mix them up, mix them up, mix them up. Okay, and then you kind of straighten them out. Make them in rows upside down. And then you play the memory game. I'm sure you guys have played the memory game before. I'm gonna do 4 rows of 5. All right. So after you make your rows and turn them upside down, you play the memory game. Remember how to play this? And if you have a little brother or sister, you could take turns. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a match. Oh, let's see. Nope, no match. All right, turn them back over. Try again. Ooh, zigzag. I wonder where the other zigzag is. Oh, I already did I already pull that one over? This is Rapp. There we go. Stars, zigzags. Let's see if we get one here. Oh, look at that. Diamond. I remember seeing the diamond one somewhere. Yay! I got a match, so I can pull them like that. So there's 3 different ways. Color match, cut them apart and just match them physically, or you can play the memory game. So there's lots of options with these mittens that you can do. So you're gonna pause the video, play your mitten game, and then you can save the mitten pieces because I have somewhere you can put them in a second. So pause the video if you want to take some time to play your mitten game. And then you'll come back. All right, so if you're watching this video, you're done with your mitten game, and it's now time to get out this baggie. Find this project, okay? Now, remember I told you I have somewhere where you can put your mittens? Watch this. You can take all the supplies out of for this project, and you know all those mitten pieces that you have? You can put those mitten pieces right in here for a memory match gaming later, okay? All right, so we have some pieces in our project. Let's see what you have here. We have a paper plate that has some polka dots. We have 4 pipe cleaners, 3 purple and 1 pink, and we have some tissue paper. Can anybody guess what you think we're gonna make with this? If you said Advent wreath, you're right. So first we're gonna take the pipe cleaners, okay? You're gonna stick the pipe cleaner. Should we get around this way, Mrs. Dale? Yeah. So, pipe cleaner, purple. This is like one of the purple candles. So you stick the pipe cleaner in like this, see that? And then on the back side, you have to bend it. So bend it so it stays like that, okay? And then you have to straighten it out. Oh. Okay, like that. So you stick it in. Oh. And then now, if you want to, get some tape, it will help keep the candles there. So you kind of tape the little end that you fold over like that. That'll help keep the candle, okay? So, tape that candle. All right, 2 so far. Stick it in, bend it a little bit, tape it down. I'm sure Mom has some tape that you can borrow. Just tape it down on the end here so it stays in the place, okay? There we go. And then the last one, bend it down. Get some tape. Tape it up. Okay, so there. Now you have your wreath with okay, you ready? You can just rip little pieces and take your glue. Remember how you open the glue, twist it, and then if there's some sticky stuff on top, you kind of gotta just pull that back. Listen if you can hear air, then you know it's working. And then you just put one little dot. Look how little my dot is. Mrs. Dale, can you show how little that is? You don't need a lot. And then you just stick the tissue on there. Now there's 2 different colors of tissue paper, 2 different grains, so that you can make your wreath all different colors. And it's okay if it hangs over the edge like that because the branches are not perfect. And I'm actually gonna rip up all my paper to start. Rip, rip, rip it up. Now we do wanna try to leave the middle mostly open, but the branches are definitely not perfect on an Advent wreath. They definitely hang over and hang in the middle a little bit. So you're just gonna rip up your tissue paper to make the wreath. Okay, I'm getting there. All right, I think I cut it up pretty small. All right, so we just make dots. I'm actually just gonna make a bunch of them. Dot, 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 but not too much glue. I can always go back and add more, but it's harder to take it away. All right, so then I'm just gonna kind of put some paper. I'm gonna kind of switch off colors. You wanna kind of cover your plate up. I'm gonna cover all the glue spots with my paper. And you could be doing this too at the same time when I'm doing it. Rip up your paper. There we go. See how I'm doing it? How's yours looking, guys? Are you getting it done? Are you filling up the white? You want to kind of hide as much white as you can so it really looks like an Advent wreath. I'm just going to keep sticking paper to try to cover up all that white. Look at that. Getting there. Keep sticking paper. Any white spots you have. All right, well, I think you guys get the idea. You really want to try to cover up all the white spots. Now, I'll go back and finish this a little bit more, but I'm going to let you finish this. What I want to show you is this is a perfect Advent calendar, Advent wreath, because you can push the candles down. See that? We only have 2 candles lit so far, and they're 2 purple calendars. Calendars, why do I keep saying calendars? 2 purple candles. So 1, 2. Fold the other 2 down because it's not time for those yet. And then next week, you can raise the next one, and then the final week, you can raise the 4th one. So for right now, push 2 of them down because we only have 2 candles lit so far on our Advent wreath. Isn't that cool? So you could put this in your room. It would be your very own Advent calendar that you can use in your room. Isn't that fun? All right, boys and girls, you have a lot to work on. The mittens, the wreath. When you're done with all of those projects, you can have a recess because it is recess time and then it is snack time. So this video is going to be over. Finish your wreath, finish your mittens, and then have recess and a snack. And then you come back for video number 3. All right, see you in a little bit.